What is up guys, JayFerGaming here and welcome back to my F1 2016 career mode. This is the one I've been dreading. It's the European Grand Prix at Baku. If you're new to my channel, do remember to hit subscribe. And yeah, as you may have realised, I am with the Sauber team, so if you've got a bit of catching up to do, go check out the previous few races. But something I do want to point out is I am going on holiday tomorrow, so I won't be posting any videos for a week, but I'll be back on it in about 8-9 days. In terms of vehicle performance, we saw Toro Rosso put in an upgrade, and we could really do with an upgrade, and we are miles behind Haas and McLaren, so it's going to take a dramatic effort to get anywhere near any of them guys, and we're just hoping for all races to be wet, because last time out in Canada we actually got 4 points for the Sauber team, which was absolutely incredible. What a performance that was, and I wasn't that far off the pace really, maybe a second a lap, but yeah, it was pretty promising. And if every race can be wet, I don't usually say that, it would be fantastic. History around Baku, somehow I got a P2 last season, but I've had a P12 and 14, so it's been pretty awful. I don't like this track at all. I say it every season.
Hey, looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
Sebastian Vettel, you're just the bearer of bad news. I hate my agent, I'm going to be honest. She tells me I get sacked. A few races later, my rival is Sebastian Vettel in a Ferrari. There's no freaking way I'm getting anywhere near him. I reckon this rivalry battle will be like 30 to, 5 points. That just shows how bad this system is. At least we're doing well in the driver position and can't get sacked from Sauber. But into qualifying now, it was a fully dry session, so I knew I'm aiming for P21 here. We're currently ahead of our teammate Marcus Ericsson. We're going quicker by about 4:10, so I think every dry qualifying session, and probably race, if no one retires, we're going to be aiming for P21. As long as we beat our teammate, we'll be in good stead to maybe get an offer from a different team. But come to the line, it's an improvement. Can we get close to anyone else? That would be really nice. Come to the line. What's it going to be? Anything decent? It's P21. It sounds awful, but I can settle for P21. It sounds weird to be saying that. Let's have a look how close we were to the cars around us. So we were 7/10 off getting out of the session, and we weren't that far behind Fernando Alonso in the McLaren or the Haas really. So that's actually not a bad performance. 9/10 ahead of our teammate. He should be ashamed of myself, but as long as I keep dominating my teammate, then it's all good. Get promoted to #1 driver, and then hopefully get an offer. But oh, hallelujah, we've got rain. You know what that means. My performance will pick up. It narrows the deficit we have to the cars around us. It does make things very difficult because I'm not very good around this track. I hate it so much. I really do. But with rain, we can have some optimism. So just looking at the driver standings here, Daniel Ricciardo, my former teammate, absolutely dominating the championship so far, and the Toro Rosso's in second and third. Good effort there. Red Bull taking the lead back in the constructors. As I did mention last time out, they lost the 25 points that I gained for them at Monaco, as I did get Monaco, win Monaco and then get sacked straight away. So Sauber have them points, which means that could really help us in our battle with McLaren and Haas, though we don't really deserve them. So if you look at the constructor standings, we could say we're on 4 points. We could keep that in the back of our mind, or we could just say we're miles ahead of them. So yeah, whatever. I just love seeing the 69 on that blue car. I do like the livery of the Sauber, and yeah, obviously love the driver number of 69, because I'm not immature at all. Not immature. So here is the grid for the European Grand Prix. 4 different constructors in the top 4 once again. It's so close at the top, I've got to say, in this career. It does make things very exciting. Just looking down, see if there's any surprises really. 2 Williams in the top 10, I'd say that's a bit of a surprise. I haven't seen any Mercedes yet. Where the hell are the Mercedes? Wow, 15th and 16th, they're really struggling in this career. So hey, that could be an interesting offer if we do get a Mercedes drive. 2 Saubers at the back, but we've battered our teammate, which is the main thing. Screw you, Marcus Ericsson. We're going to show you how it is done, considering we're not a pay driver like you. Sorry, Marcus Ericsson fans, if there actually are any. But it looks like it's going to be intermediate conditions for the full race. I am reducing some of the fuel there, but yeah, looks like a one-stop wet race, so we've got a shot of gaining some positions at least. So we're building up to the horrific European Grand Prix. 5 lights and lights out, and away we go. And both starts, I've got to say, been very smooth so far in this Sauber team. Sauber car even. We're side by side into turn 1. It's a very short run, so we're not going to make up too many positions, if any. So we're getting sandwiched by Alonso and Gutierrez here. There's a yellow flag ahead. Looks like there's been a bit of contact. We're up to P19, looking to take advantage of the AI being stupid. Yeah, let's all drive in a straight line. I usually wouldn't take advantage too much, but in this Sauber, I've got to take everything that's thrown at me. So, yeah. I'll be chucking it up the inside of everyone if I get the opportunity. Button moving around just before the braking zone there. Who's he think he is, Max Verstappen? But we go up the inside. That could have been a huge impact there. Probably a good job I reacted as I did. So up to P15. That's been a great start. Let's see if we can stick with the cars ahead, because we know the manners are quick in a straight line. But look at this train. There is a car at the front of this train that is very slow. So we're going for a different line here just to get a good exit. A bit of oversteer there, but someone in P3, I think, is really holding everyone up. And again, the AI. Yeah, I really hope this gets sorted out for the next game, because obviously if I'm going to be putting a car under pressure, they should be defending the inside line. But we get both manners there. So up to P13, when we're getting closer and closer to the points. Whoever is the car holding up this train, thank you so much. But coming to the end of lap 3, let's see what our straight line speed is like. Rich mix, slipstream, going to attack my former car from Season 3, the Force India. So, can we go for the move into Turn 1? Yes, we can, and we're late on the brakes. I've got to say, my braking, I find it very tricky in wet conditions. I usually do lock up, but braking in this car for Turn 1 just felt very satisfying. Sainz was very slow there. Luckily, we don't get any damage, but something I've noticed, look at my fuel. My fuel has gone down, and I really haven't been in Rich Mix for that long, so because we've had one upgrade on the fuel, is it on the fuel tank, something like that? We are really struggling in terms of saving fuel, so we are going for a move on Sainz here. Bit of a dive bomb, and we've gone for a switchback, better traction. Can we get the move done? This is probably not really an opportunity for an overtake, but we've got the inside line later on the brakes, and we're gonna slide it up the inside, trying to avoid the barrier on the outside. A great move there, and we're up to P11. We are getting so close to the points now. This is an incredible start to the race, but our problem is the fuel. We started on -2 laps of fuel, and now we're at -2.06, so I think we've got to do some major fuel saving, which I haven't really done before in this career, because our fuel tank's been pretty good in terms of saving fuel. But yeah, there's been a retirement. Esteban Gutierrez. It's usually quite a few dramatic crashes on this it's a kinky straight, really, isn't it, guys, in past races. But it looks like his engine is blown, the Ferrari power unit has exploded, and the virtual safety car's out. Unfortunately, we're nowhere near the pits, so we can't really take advantage too much. But it means we can save some fuel, which is going to be key. You can see we're getting back to 2 laps of fuel. And as I said, I've barely used Rich Mix, so yeah, it's going to be very tricky. Maybe I shouldn't reduce the fuel so much, like I have been in the Red Bull, Force India and Renault. And thinking about it, I've had 4 teams in 4 seasons, wow. Yeah, that's not great for the CV. I'm like Nico Hulkenberg, I think he had about 4 teams in 4 seasons, something like that. But yeah, there's a battle going on ahead between Palmer and Massa side by side. They're really holding each other up, and they're still going for it. And Massa looks like he's boxed in. We might have the opportunity here, and they've actually made some contact up the inside. We clipped the back of Palmer there, clipped the side of Massa as well. But yeah, this is an interesting battle and really helping us to get close and close to the points. Massa's weaving around like there's no tomorrow. Side by side here. Can we get Massa into the break so we break a little bit early? We've got a nudge from behind. We've got a nudge out of control. Oh, we've got damage to the front wing. Massa's in the wall. Carlos Sainz gave us a nudge there in the braking zone. Sent us totally out of control. Locked up. And just flew into the side of the Williams there. That could have been a lot worse. It looks like just a minuscule nudge there, but it really did affect my car. Oh, that's so annoying. We could have got ourselves up to, I think, P10 there. And you can see, there's the nudge. And then we're aiming towards the wall now. And we're just at a weird angle, so we do lock up. I like these replays when you go really in slow motion. Locking up. We hit the wall here, looking not to break our suspension. And yeah, this was never going to end well. Luckily, it's only slight damage to the front wing. So we're still in the race, which is the main thing. But after that incident, Massa seemed very slow. I don't know if he has front wing damage, but yeah, I had to get past him as soon as possible. Look how slow he is there. He definitely has damage, and I thought, I've got to get him out the way because he's too slow. And this is not really an opportunity to overtake, but we chuck it up the inside. Brilliant move there, and we're into the points again. This is absolutely brilliant. P8 in Canada, and now we're in P10, so hopefully Massa holds up the cars behind me, because the gap to Palmer ahead is huge now. I've lost so much time stuck behind Massa. So unless there's a safety car, I'd be surprised if we close in on anyone ahead of us. But hopefully there's a few incidents which can definitely happen around this track. Because behind me, Lewis Hamilton is seriously putting me under pressure. And with the Mercedes, he should be pretty quick in a straight line. Is he? I can't really see. We're side by side into turn 1. And as I said before, my braking into turn 1's been pretty good. So we've got the inside line. Try and force him off the track or a little bit wide so he doesn't get great traction. And defending P10. So, yeah. I'm going to defend this position like there's no tomorrow. Though I've gone a little bit wide there, which is not going to help our run. Bit shaky on the traction. These tyres are getting a little bit worn at this point of the race. So Hamilton, is he going to close in as we get closer to turn 3 here? No, he is not. So yeah, guys, I think there's going to be a lot of defending from now on because, yeah, obviously we have the slowest car. And in a straight line, it's not so bad. I think I've got the correct setup for this track. But with the slipstream around, well, on this game, and especially at this track, we're going to get a lot of side-by-side action down the start-finish straight, I reckon. But Hamilton's got a much better run this time, but we're still there, so we're going to defend up the inside. You're going to see a lot of defending like this. Hell to the leather. We're going to get this point for Sauber. I hope, I really do. It would be fantastic. They don't score points for pretty much 3.5 seasons, and then we get... Oh no, yeah, 3.5 seasons. I mean, stupid here. And then we get 2 points finishes in a row. That would be incredible. This happened behind me on track. And incidents like that are just going to help me out in terms of a buffer to cars around us. And that actually brought out the virtual safety car. I think that was Valtteri Bottas trying to make it 3 wide into turn 3, which is not going to work. So now another opportunity to save fuel, which is key. Because we're nearly halfway through the race. And usually we'd be under... like -1 lap of fuel, and we're absolutely nowhere near. We do have that damage to the front wing. I'm not going to replace that. It is affecting me slightly, but I don't think it's going to be enough to be a major factor. And then after the virtual safety car, this happened. Why the AI try 3 wide down there, I never know, because it just doesn't work. Manners, Mercedes, damage, and a train. Yes, this is helping me out once again. It's actually helping Marcus Ericsson, because he was miles behind everyone, and now he's closing in, but... yeah, there's a bit of a roadblock there, but it's so soon after the last virtual safety car, I don't think there will be another virtual safety car or safety car. So, yeah, it's a shame the mechanics work that way. But lap 13, I saw cars were coming into the pit, so I thought, I'm going to come in now. My tyres are feeling a little bit iffy. And, yeah, I don't want anyone to go for the undercut on me because we want this P10. So we're coming into the pits now. Very tricky pit entry, as you'll see here. I make this very hard work, clipping the inner wall and just sliding into the pits. And unfortunately, Hamilton has come in at the same time as me, so I think he might jump us. Oh no, we're going to get held up, aren't we? Yes, Hamilton has jumped us, and that means we should be in P11 effectively, so that's very disappointing. Because, yeah, we've thrown it away in the pit, which is very unfortunate. And I don't think we'll be catching back up to Hamilton. So, of course, we'll be hoping for an incident ahead, and then probably defending P11 from the cars behind. Unless they get an overcut here, which... I don't think they should in these conditions and over 1 lap. So the rest of the cars who are yet to pit are coming in. And yes, it looks like we've successfully defended P11. So with about 11 laps to go, we really need to sort our fuel out. We have to do a lot of fuel saving now. It is getting pretty critical as Ericsson comes into the pit. He's absolutely miles behind, I've got to say. So we'll be battering him for a second race in a row. But yeah. You can see the fuel is coming down. I'm doing so much... what I'm doing with the fuel on the start-finish straight, just staying at standard for pretty much the rest of the lap, I'm down to lean. It's that critical at this moment. Grosjean's out the race. He's on his own. So you can only presume it's going to be a second Ferrari power unit failure of the race of the Haas team. It seems to happen that this season, like both cars in a team seem to be retiring. That's happened with Mercedes. I can't remember the other team. Was it for Renault? It might have been Renault as well. But on to lap 19. And of all people we don't want behind us, it's a Manor. Because they are so quick in a straight line. Look at him breeze past me. It was Massa behind me who wasn't really closing in on me that easily. But Verline, he's got the straight line advantage. But once again, we use that defensive line into turn 1. and defend our position nicely. You can see ahead that it's Bottas ahead now because he's been overtaken by Hamilton. Hamilton had just sped off into the distance, just couldn't keep up even in these conditions. But think, if it was dry conditions, it would be even worse than this. There's a yellow flag behind us, which is going to save us against Verline. I think Verline would have gone for the overtake into turn 3, but there's a random right rear puncher for Carlos Sainz here, so that helps us out. And then takes one of our rivals once again away from us, and we need to stop getting awful runs out of that. I want to say final corner, it's the final proper corner really, because Verline is going to get a fantastic run, and we keep getting so close to this outer wall. It's just such a big risk trying to take as much speed through there in these conditions as possible. Oh, we go to defend, but Verline goes for a switch type of move. He's got the inside line this time. Usually we have the defensive line into turn 1, so it's going to be interesting to see if we can hang around the outside. We're pretty good on the brakes though. Side by side, no contact, and we've defended it nicely, but we are starting to get a bit of a train behind us. I'm not sure if it's like 3 cars behind, and we need to sort out the run on to here because the AI do get better traction than me here. And will Verline go for the move? It's unfortunate that it's him behind us because look, it's so much easier for him. We're trying to psych him out, trying to force him to the inside or something. But later on the brakes once again, we are on the curb though, so we're going very close to Barry on the outside. Verline is through. We've got a nudge again. AI, stop giving me a nudge. Oh, Felipe, baby, why? That's cost us another 2 positions. It's very annoying because I think I was pretty much rejoining the race in P12 there. Slight mistake on the brakes, but still, Felipe, any need in that? We're down to P14 now, frustratingly losing positions. Ahead of us now, as we come on to lap 22, Rosberg and Massa are side by side. Massa seems to be very slow in the straight line, and these two battling hard. Will it give us a chance at fighting back here? Massa's looking for the move on Rosberg, but we've got the run into turn 2, up the inside. We're getting payback here, little bit of contact, and we get the move done, trying to make it as difficult as possible here for the Williams driver. We won't be catching up to Rosberg, I don't think. But there, we're back into P13. Just looking to finish as high as possible, really, because our objective for the race, I don't think is very high. I don't really know what it is. It's probably to finish in around P20, really. But Massa coming back at us here. Coming on to the penultimate lap, defending up the inside again. You know the drill by now, guys. Get the inside line, defend there, and then just try and defend going into turn 3. But this time I think we're far enough ahead because Massa's straight line speed is quite a bit slower than the Manor, but we are causing a train once again behind us. This time it's Perez though. We're on the final lap. This is going to get intense. In the past 3 seasons, we've overtaken a car before the finish line, coming down the start-finish straight, but this time we're the ones under pressure. Can we defend our position? Can we get a decent run out this final corner? It's okay, nothing too special, but it's the Force India Perez behind us. They have a quick car in a straight line. I would know all about that from last season. Can we keep him behind? With the run to the line, this is going to be so difficult to keep him behind because you can't really do anything. Rich Mix, we're running low on fuel. Perez is going to go for it. We're trying to force him to the inside. Oh, he's coming ahead. We're trying to force him wide. But no, he's made contact. We nearly lose control there. We've lost the position before the line. Ah, that's what it feels like, and I don't like it. It's P14. Overall, it is a good finish for us in the Sauber team. We just absolutely smashed our teammate there. And it means, in terms of our driver performance bar, we're exceeding. We might get promoted to first driver soon. You don't know, but Ferrari 1-2, Red Bull 3-4. That's a great performance by the Ferrari guys. And I see Vettel has absolutely dominated. We've beaten some decent cars there. Haryanto, Massa, Alonso, Button. I'm happy with that. Ericsson didn't finish last, so well done to him. And the 2 Haas drivers didn't even finish the race. So overall, I'm happy with that, guys. Yeah, in terms of the driver standings, we're going to just keep falling down the order. Ricciardo has a huge lead at the top, so I'd expect him to win the title, I've got to say. But we're still in P7. We're not that far behind like Perez and Sainz, but obviously, as I've said before, we are going to just drop like a stone. 4 drivers yet to score. So I suppose Felipe Nasr's not going to score this season unless I get kicked out the team or get a better offer. In the Constructors, we're in P9. We should be in P10, but Red Bull have the lead at the top of Ferrari closing in on them, so it's going to be interesting to see who wins the Constructors this season. So if you have enjoyed this Grand Prix, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in a week's time. Goodbye.